What's up, guys? Today we are talking about how the Tilted Towers are coming back to Fortnite. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's finally here after I finished the show a month ago. Wait, how many months ago was it? Was it 1 or 2? I finished this 2 months ago. We're finally talking about Steven Universe. And since this is such a large series, I took this into account from the Gotham video. There's just too much to explain here. So there's gonna be 2 parts. Where I talk about Steven Universe, the show, and then the second part I talk about Steven Universe Future and the movie, since that's kind of like in the same time zone, range years. And as always, there's gonna be spoilers in this one, guys. But before we start, I just need to say something. You know, I can't ignore the fact that every time I bring this up, I get more subscribers. So, you know, you need to subscribe because, you know, only 51% of you are subscribed right now that are watching my videos. I mean, come on, guys. What are you doing here? You gotta leave a sub. Maybe even, no, maybe even, I can't even say it. It makes me feel so dirty. Click the bell. On to the video. So, we are finally talking about Steven Universe! Seasons 1 through 5! Of course, we need to start out with the characters here. So, of course, from the theme song, you kinda learned that the main characters' names are Steven, because it's in the title, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl. And these 3 gems were Rebel Gems from planet Homeworlds. Well, is that actually the name of the planet? Is it just called Homeworld? Because I could say that Earth is my homeworld. Also, they are Rebel Gems from a gem war with Homeworld, and they're the only 3 gems left on Earth. Or so they think, until they start running into corrupted gems, which are gems that, well, yeah, it's self-explanatory. They're gems that were corrupted from the war, and they got stuck on the planet, and now they're big boy monsters. Some of them are small monsters, most of them are big boy monsters. And they find a gem that they think is broken, and it turns out to be a lapis lazuli. Whoa, like from Minecraft? Yeah, exactly. And she's blind because she is broken until Steven figures out he has healing powers and then heals her. Steven cannot really access his powers very well because he is still getting used to the gem thing, because his mom was a gem and his dad was not a gem, so he's half human, half gem. Also, his mom is the gem and is in his belly button. Rose quartz, or so we believe. So then the lapis lazuli flies away to the homeworld, and then there's a Peridot that comes by, and she gets stuck on Earth, and then she has to learn how to be good gem instead of bad gem. Then they figure out that there's a big thing in the middle of the Earth called the cluster that's made up of broken gems, and then they have to stop the cluster. And then Peridot says, I'm gonna be a good guy, ow, and help you stop the cluster. And then they stop the cluster, and it turns out that the cluster's a pretty good guy, and he helps them from that point on. Then Steven's dad gets abducted by big boy gems, the gems in charge, the diamonds, and they are the ones that are really mad at the rebels, the rebel gems, the crystal gems, because apparently they killed Pink Diamond, one of the 4 diamonds. So there's 3 now. There's White Diamond, the big one in charge, and then there's the middle class diamond, it's yellow and blue, and then the shrimp diamond, Pink Diamond, who is dead. Or is she? I'm having too much fun with this. Also, along the way, throughout this journey, they make new friends, like a pink lion that Rose Quartz resurrect. It was a lion that was dead that Rose Quartz bring back from the dead like a zombie, and now it's pink. It is pink, and you could stuff stuff inside of its mane. You like this specific little chest right here that we'll bring back up later. Also, this awesome sword right here. I mean, check out that sword. And then there's Steven's best friend Connie, who learns how to use a sword, but is like super afraid at first, and then is realized, yeah, I want to learn how to sword. And there's a lot of slice of life episodes, like some of them that don't even count as like story episodes, but they're just kind of in there for, I guess, character development. I don't know. They get Steven's dad back from the diamonds, brings him back to Earth, and then the diamonds follow them. And then they take Steven and a boy named Lars, and he takes them to Homeworld to stand trial because they believe that he killed Pink Diamond, but in reality, he was Pink Diamond the whole time. Whoa! And Pearl knew it the whole time, and then everybody's really mad at her. And at this point, like, the story goes from pretty solid to meh. Because then the diamonds come back to Earth for a third time, and they try to take Steven again. And then he's like, just kidding, I was Pink Diamond the whole time, and now they're good guys. So then they go to stop White Diamond, and realizes that she can't kill Steven somehow, because I guess Steven can't die. And now she's good guy, and now everybody is a good guy. Story's over, right? Until 2 years later, which we'll put a pin on it for now and explain the story in that separate video. But for right now, I'm going to talk more about this specific part. Let's talk about some art style, baby. I know there's a technical term for indie TV show, but I'm gonna call it an indie TV show because the art style looks like an indie video game, like Celeste or Undertale or Cuphead. Not Cuphead, because that's still like the 1930s. But you got the right, you get me, right? You know me. But I really like the mixture of colors that they use. They use a lot of light, cool colors, like nothing suspenseful. Like it makes you feel very chill and calm and relaxed, like a lo-fi song. Whoa, indie lo-fi music, place, land, art style. Whoa, I invented things. Just kidding, I didn't invent it, but I came up with a new term. I get off topic so much, it's insane. Yeah, and also like I really like the design of the gems throughout the show. Like whenever they do what's called poofed. When they die, they poof away, and then they come back looking even cooler, which I don't understand. I'm like, well, if you want a new art style, then just change clothes. You don't gotta die to do that. But yeah, the art style continuously gets better and better throughout the show, and most of the gem colors like aren't even like, even if it's a red color, it's not a super warm color. It's still like a cool maroon ruby type shade, because there's literally rubies that are like maroon ruby shaded. Next up, let's talk about the music, baby. This is like Phineas and Ferb times 10, because like Phineas and Ferb songs are good, right? But I don't listen to them outside of watching the show, except for Platypus Controlling Me, because you know that's a banger right there. But the Steven Universe soundtrack is so good. Like some of the music doesn't even have to do with like the show itself. You can just listen to it without knowing it was from the show in the first place, which is what makes it so good. Except for the movie that was a musical, and where those songs are kind of corny, and most of them are repeats of the same song, like, you know, a regular musical. But the show itself has some pretty good original music. Like, I kind of picked up that this was going to be a musical type show when they revealed that Steven's dad, Greg Universe, is Mr. Universe, the rock star, and millionaire. Money!
Hulu House Live Sports.
But yeah, I like a lot of these songs. I listen to them from time and time again because they're really good and catchy and stuff like that. Probably could show up on a radio if it wasn't from a show, because again, if you listen to it, you probably wouldn't know it's from the show. Like, also, you probably could have picked up the hints, since most of the voice actors in the show are actual singers. Like the voice of Garnet is Estelle, I think I'm saying that right, who is a British singer. And the voice of Steven, Zach Collins, has been a singer and songwriter since he was 8, apparently. I had no idea while watching the show. I found this out afterwards. Music good. Recommend you listen to it. Let's move on to fusions. Nobody really knows exactly what fusion is, other than it's when two gems that get along come together and form a more powerful gem. For example, garnet is a fusion between a ruby and a sapphire. Now, also, fusion can be used for multiple different things. You can combine together to join forces to beat an enemy. It is also shown as a sign of friendship. It's also a form of getting married. Yeah, fusion is very complicated, but I also like how it's really cool because most of the fusions are accurate to real life, except for garnet, actually, because sapphire and ruby actually make spinel. Spinel, guys, we've been lied to! Most of the gems are birthstones, which I found out recently, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, fusions are very complicated, and I don't know how to exactly get into it without maybe saying something that isn't factually correct. And yes, there is marriage through fusions. It is garnet, and ruby and sapphire are both women. Not technically. Gems are like a form of light. They are just a projection of light. But the gems themselves project them as they want to be portrayed. And a lot of the gems are feminine because there isn't a male gem. They're all female. And you are like, psh, not this again. Sam talking about gay rights, gay/homosexual rights, LGBT rights. Well, I'm bringing it up because it's actually a really big part of this universe, I guess, because in the show there's a lot more homosexual relationships than there are straight relationships. Believe it or not, I feel like that might have been one of the things that they're going for in the show, is one of the major points that they were trying to make in their story, along with you never have to fight. You can always solve a conversation through talking it out with your buddies or your enemies. Those are like the two main things about the show. Also, quote garment, kids, don't be racist. But yeah, the point of the show is to solve everything, like do everything, talk it out, hug it out with your buddies. And that will conclude my very long Steven Universe Part 1 review. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in another video. I don't know if I'm going to post Part 2 right after this, like the week after, or if I'll post it some other time. I'll figure it out. Okay, see you later. What the heck is in the box?